This week on Not Sauce for Work, Terry Tam is in the studio and Eagle is in his nest. We'll get into all things Brooklyn Nets, Baker's final days in Cleveland, as well as the real-life Lord of War. We'll also talk Coney Island shenanigans. We'll get into this and much more on this episode of Not Sauce for Work on the Hot Sauce Sports Podcast Network. Welcome everyone. You are listening to perhaps watching the Not Sauce for Work on the Hot Sauce Sports Podcast Network.
Is it a network anymore? I mean, 6 to 4 hasn't done anything in a long time.
We got Summer of Terry.
Yeah, we got Summer of Terry. We'll see how long that lasts. And we have
The summer, I imagine.
Yeah. And then we're switching to Fall of Terry.
Yeah. The Fall of Terry. It sounds really dark.
And then the Winter of Terry.
But the Fall of Terry is like your descent into madness? Or?
Yeah, it's where like my golf game isn't as good as I think it should be at that time.
And the Mets somehow didn't make the playoffs.
And the Mets somehow fuck me over and don't make the playoffs. And I buy tickets. And I'm probably going to go see a Mets game if I get to New York this weekend.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I actually haven't been to either Shea Stadium or the new field. So
I've never been to Shea. I've never been to Shea. I was a Mets fan right after.
Same.
So like I didn't have
we were
really
Expos fans.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't really have the time, but I've been to City. City is unbelievable, man.
I've heard it's awesome. I heard it's a fun experience.
So nice. I can't wait to go, man.
So last week I was in Vancouver for work purposes, meeting with some of my colleagues, one of which was from our New Jersey office, and he's like, oh, you should come down and visit us one time. And I'm like, yeah, maybe if I'm going to go watch, like, I don't know, a Giants game or something.
That's pretty much the only reason why I would go to New Jersey.
Yeah. I used to stay.
2 reasons to go to New Jersey. Cake Boss and football.
We used to go to
Atlantic
New Jersey.
City?
Oh, I've been to Atlantic
That's
City.
true.
It's actually a good time.
I'd rather go to Vegas.
Jersey Shore
Oh, Jersey Shore. It's a good one.
or the Turnpike, whichever one.
John Bon Jovi.
The thing about New
Bruce
Jersey,
Springsteen.
New Jersey is kind of like Laval. That what's
Billy
so
Joel?
sad about its existence is that every day it has to look across and see a great city. But yeah,
But all those people that work in that city and love New York, I'm a New Yorker, bro.
yeah,
Live in New Jersey
the worst.
because they can't afford New York.
The worst.
Because if you're living in New York, you're living 3 people to a room the size of this fucking studio.
Exactly.
I can live in a studio this size for the rest of my life.
I couldn't.
Yeah.
I think my bathroom is bigger than this.
Yeah, I mean, because you take 90-minute showers.
Yeah, it's important.
Yeah.
It's important. Well, I actually want to start with something vaguely baseball related.
By the way, I added something to the list
Okay.
to your thing. I added something to the show sheet. Just letting you know.
Which is what?
CFL Alouettes.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh yes, it happened as I was heading.
yeah,
there.
exactly.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. No problem. The place I want to start with was last week. Freddie Freeman goes to play a game in Atlanta. He gets a standing ovation. He's very emotional. Very look at me, Louie. Very like,
Look at me, Louie.
yeah, just like, oh, I didn't want to leave, and then he fires his agent shortly thereafter. And apparently the reason why, according to Doug Gottlieb on Twitter, was that his agent never gave him the offer from the Atlanta Braves.
Oh.
That agency is suing Doug Gottlieb for that report.
Wow.
Doug Gottlieb is not a baseball reporter, so it's strange to come from him. He's an
He's a
NCAA
football
insider.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, football guy, right?
He also got kicked out of the NCAA basketball program for stealing. But that's besides the point. Why would that change his credibility?
Where did he play again? Oklahoma, was it?
I believe so, yeah. I
Or
believe
is
so.
that Cowherd? Or is that Gottlieb? And I'm confusing
It could
Cowherd
be,
and Gottlieb.
I mean,
they
it's
might
not
have
hard to
played- they
confuse
might have
them.
played together.
Yeah. But so the other thing is, I don't know why an agent would lie about that.
Yeah,
'Cause
what's the benefit of lying
What's
about
the
that?
benefit? Because
Yeah.
even if the offer is less and you're worried that your client will take it, by doing this, no one will ever trust you again, and you'll
Exactly.
never have clients again.
Exactly.
So I doubt it. It feels like Freddie Freeman was just trying to make a show of it because, again, look at me, Louie. And it got me
Look
thinking.
at me, Freddie.
I was talking to
Fuck me, Freddie.
I was talking to a friend of mine who's a
That's the name of the episode, Deeks. Fuck me, Freddie.
nice. I have a friend of mine.
Do you want to get monetized?
Okay, F*KK me Freddie.
CK.
CK me Freddie.
Yeah,
I was gonna change the word, because they might already have that in the algorithm. That's why. Because I'm sure they know that people
just
use
Then our
FSRK.
audience won't know what word it is. Because then they'll
F-
think it's Fook.
or just F me Freddie.
Yeah.
F me Freddie.
There we go. So I have a friend she's a hatchet person for a company. She basically does like termination interviews and exit interviews.
Hatchet.
Yeah.
Like what a word.
She's the real life George Clooney.
I was gonna say what a word to use that kind of job.
But that's what they do, right? Like that's
They literally hatchet
they
people's
just cut
balls
your,
off.
cut your life into pieces.
Every time I hear a hatchet, I hear hatchet. I think of Hatchet versus Genitals. Remember that video?
I don't.
It's fake as fuck, but whatever. It still scared the shit out of me.
Well, because of genitals.
So I just found out recently that 2 Chicks 1 Cup was fake.
Well, I would hope
I
so.
sure hope so.
Like I thought there was at least some shit in there.
And in the last 4 seconds, I can't do shit.
I've watched that video at least 35
Can't
times.
do it. You're the weirdest person on earth.
Probably watched it 5 times back to back while gagging.
That's gross.
I'm the type of person that I can't look away from things. The only thing I can look away from is people embarrassing themselves, cringy shit. Like, oh man, even TV shows like The Office. You know how many times I don't look when Michael Scott's talking? I'm just not even looking.
But a woman
Scott's
shitting into another woman's mouth is totally fine.
yeah, because that's like, what are you doing, bro?
shitting into another woman's mouth. Is what she's doing.
Oh, okay. I was wondering where you were going. With
No,
that.
I answered your question. So I was trying to think. I want to know if I have one story about quitting during an exit interview that I thought was pertinent. Because she was telling me, someone wrote as to why you're leaving the job. Someone wrote no reason, which I thought was excellent. But I had one excellent exit interview, and I'll give you guys a chance to think of if you have any. It's at my previous job. I already had my job lined up. I was good to go.
I don't think I've ever had an exit interview.
No? I had one. It was excellent.
All the ones that I've done, I've filled them out online.
So, well, this is... I mean, the internet existed, but there wasn't a lot of online forums and
Yeah.
stuff at the time.
Yeah.
And so I had this job I had another job lined up, and I was good. I was out the door already. I was done. I was fed up. And the HR person asked me, so what can we do to get you to stay? And I said, 100K. And they said, well, it's too much of a raise. And I said, oh, no, now. And so we can't do that. And I got up and walked away.
This reminds me when I bought my first car at a dealership, and we're negotiating a price. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go see other things and see if I can get a price. He's like, well, what is it going to take for you to buy the car right now? And I'm like, I didn't say a number. He's like, that's ridiculously low. I'm like, yeah, but you asked the question. Like, did you not want an answer?
It's like, dude, I'm literally just being a nice guy. I'm answering your fucking questions.
These are things where the only way we make a decision is money.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, I'm not staying in a job because I like the birthday cake you got me last year. I want fucking money.
Yeah. I want to
I'm
buy
not
my
buying
own
your-
fucking cake.
Yeah, or that car that Eagle couldn't,
Yeah.
that couldn't afford apparently. Let's get into the news, Eags. Terry, it's the news.
Is it though?
It is, and I'm happy stuff happened today because I didn't know what we're going to talk about today. It was going to be a pretty quiet week.
You and Alex the intern went at it today.
Oh, and that's where we're starting a conversation. Is Baker Mayfield gets traded for a 5th-round pick. Gets traded to the Carolina Panthers from the Cleveland Browns.
And Browns retain salary, is my understanding.
Yep. They
That's the only way they would have gotten rid of. They got
because
anything
to your
for him.
point, like we talked about this on the show a while ago when I was like, how can nobody want to trade for Baker? And you're
They're
like,
waiting
well,
for free.
he's gonna get waived because
Yeah.
he can't stay on that roster.
He won't stay on that roster.
But that's it. Like, and so
And
here's the conversation that we got into with Alex Intern,
Well,
right? So
I'll play Alex the intern.
okay, so Baker Mayfield's been traded.
Right, he's
Hey,
shit.
everyone.
He's shit.
He's not the shit. He's actually statistically above average when healthy.
No, but he sucks. He gave up
Okay, why did he give up?
because they offered the job to somebody else. He gave up.
He didn't fight for his job.
He didn't fight for his job.
He didn't want to sit there as a backup and try and win back the starting position.
He didn't want to play for the organization that literally told him, "Go fuck yourself. We're gonna take a rapist instead of you."
Yeah.
He didn't want to play for that organization.
And they said, by the way, they're the organization that said they wanted a grown-up at quarterback.
and they fucking paid the house for this guy. Yeah. And I just saw a meme today. All that, $230 million and a fifth-round pick, and their starting quarterback on week 1 is gonna be Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah. Yeah.
All that.
Ex-Dolphin Jacoby Brissett.
Ex-Dolphin.
Yeah.
Ex-Colt.
Ex-Colt.
And now
Patriot.
Baker Mayfield is.
Thanks, Terry.
Sorry, buddy.
I'll move it.
I'll move it. We got it.
I have eyes.
It works. He just doesn't have ear.
No, I just have one ear. I'm like Van Gogh. I'm an artist.
Van Gogh.
But that's the thing. I don't really understand Baker hate.
I do.
Why?
Wait. Hate on what?
Literally my question.
Because I hate on just the way he is in the media and how much of a baby he is.
But how? Like, what's the thing that
like he complains that people talk about him too much, and then complains when people don't talk about him enough.
Fair.
That don't give him enough respect.
I guess.
He's like tickle me now kind of guy. He's a fuck me Freddy guy.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate here. Wouldn't you rather the press talk about you than them not talk about you? Like, for example, now he's going to the Carolina Panthers. Have we heard what's happening to Sam Darnold?
Exactly. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Would you rather be Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold in a situation where it's like, oh shit, he got traded, but nobody thinks about the other guy, right? Like, you're not in the news. Nobody cares about you.
You're 100% right. And that's the thing. That's the thing is people just. I like him. I like him as a player. I think he throws really well in the run. I think he could be extremely accurate. Like he's hit some really nice dimes. He's also very erratic, and I think that's more of a mental thing. I think that's just where his first year with Stefanski.
A lot of it is when he's hurt, he doesn't play well, and when he's not hurt, he plays well. Is what we've seen from him, right?
And also, his first year with Stefanski was like a honeymoon season. They played amazing, and they were on fire
but
together.
But he wasn't hurt.
And he wasn't hurt.
Last year, he had like 19 injuries.
Yeah, because he had a team to protect him.
Yeah.
He had the offensive line. And
last year, they were down to, at one point, their 8th and 9th offensive linemen. Look, I understand Odell Beckham.
Joe Staley retired, right? Or am I crazy? Did he retire?
Perhaps.
I think he retired in the middle of this.
Middle of the season. Or he was hurt, and then it was essentially his retirement.
I think so.
I know that they had Odell Beckham Jr., but just because a player's immensely talented, it doesn't mean he fits in football, right? Like it's not like basketball where you just get the ball to the best player and then he does stuff. Like it's harder to get the ball to your stars if they don't fit the system, and like it's not even an insult to either player. It's no insult to Odell Beckham, who is objectively amazing, and. Look, Jarvis Landry's looked better with Baker Mayfield at quarterback than he has with any other quarterback in his career. So one guy just seems to fit and the other one doesn't. And that's how it is.
I said Joe Staley. Joe Staley played for the Niners. I'm a fucking idiot. I always mix up him and Joe Thomas.
Joe Thomas retired before.
Way before.
Baker
I know
Mayfield.
that.
Yeah.
And I know Joe Staley recently retired.
Yeah.
So I mixed the two because I always confuse those two. Always.
Yeah. Which is weird because, again, different timelines too.
Completely different timeline.
Just
two Joes.
Just two Joes. Couple of Joes.
Two Joe off left tackles. Like, I mean. It's pretty close.
It's true.
And Thomas and Staley, like, can you be more American? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the names are completely different.
But they're also very similar. Fuck. Sorry, Eagle.
Stop kicking your camera.
It's my feet. My shoes are a little big. I don't know what it is. The same size as what I usually wear, but they're just bigger than normal.
Clown shoes.
But I like them. They're comfy, so it's good.
Well, clown shoes are often said to be comfortable.
No, they're not. There's no way that clown shoes are comfortable. There's zero chance that you can walk more than 6 steps in clown shoes without cursing your mother's death.
Are clown shoes more comfortable than heels?
I don't know. I can't say. I haven't worn either of them.
Okay, neither have I.
But I can tell you that clown shoes are not comfortable. But I see girls like fucking really. I've seen girls run in heels.
I've seen clowns
you can't run in clown shoes.
I've seen clowns try to run.
Yeah, they don't run. They just kind of like sidestep up in the air until they advance.
It's slightly quicker than their walking speed.
Exactly. Because of said shoes.
That's fair. They don't look like athletic shoes.
There's no way.
It's like watching old NBA games and seeing guys wear Converse. Like, how'd you run in that?
I saw a girl sprint 200 meters in huge heels this week online. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
Yeah. Well, finally, action movies make sense. But yeah, so
I roll my ankle out of bed.
With the whole Baker thing, the idea that he would play when Deshaun Watson was suspended is ludicrous. There's a 0.000% chance he would play. Any agent that would let him play is terrible at their job. Any agent that would let him stay in in that situation for a full season is terrible at his
Yes.
or her job. Like, there's no way you look good. Any benefit at this point isn't even to your career. It's
No.
only to the organization,
Yeah.
of which you're not on good terms with anymore. And now, on top of that, you risk injury. You risk perhaps not having a good season. You risk all these things where essentially now you're traded. I would imagine he's going to sign an extension within the next couple of days, and his next 3 to 5 years will be taken care of. You know what I mean? So like, it's a good move for him. It's a good move for Carolina. It's
It
an
is.
upgrade from Sam Darnold. Like there's not a statistical measure you can tell me where Sam Darnold's better than Baker
I'm
Mayfield.
still not convinced Sam Darnold sucks.
It's fine.
I'm still not convinced.
I mean,
I do know that
the time's running out though.
Baker Mayfield will take over that starting job, rightfully so.
But will Sam Darnold be the future quarterback in Seattle?
Maybe he will be the backup in Cleveland.
that would have been an awesome trade, by the way.
Imagine. That would have been a much better trade than what maybe they like Jacoby Brissett over Sam Darnold.
Maybe. I
But
mean,
also Sam Darnold has a big contract, no? They probably wouldn't be able to afford it.
you force them to eat some of the contract.
Well, you can't because you're eating because Baker's a free agent.
I think the Jets are actually paying most of Sam Darnold's contract, if I'm not mistaken.
Still?
I think so.
That's
I think
pretty
he's
fucked up.
on his last year of his rookie deal.
Man,
no?
the NFL's a weird world, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
The NFL's a fucking weird
Again,
world.
keep telling me the teams are going to be strapped and up against the cap, and then the Rams keep signing players. So clearly,
with no draft picks.
yeah, clearly there's things that are happening that I don't fully understand. But speaking of draft picks, Rudy Goebert got traded to the Timberwolves for Pat Beverly, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt, Leandro Balmado, Walker Kessler, 4 first-round picks, and a pick swap in 2026.
All this was for Rudy Goebert?
Rudy Goebert, defensive player, 2-time defensive player of the year, Rudy Goebert, who can't stay on the court in the playoffs because he can't defend the perimeter. And he also can't score. I don't like Minnesota is doing all this to get to the second round of the playoffs. I don't understand.
Utah just rinsed them.
Oh, yeah. It's the Herschel Walker trade.
Yeah.
It's the Herschel Walker trade all over again.
Rinsed them.
Yeah. I saw this trade and I was like, Gobert and who? And like I went to like
Yeah,
8
like-
different sources. Like
It's like, and
I don't even know if I go 4 draft picks for him. Like even if you could, like I know you have to match the money, but like
say and Mitchell.
like I don't think they're worse because they have their main pieces. They kept Anthony Edwards. They kept Karl Anthony Towns. They extended Karl Anthony Towns. They
Pat
keep
Beverly.
D'Angelo Russell.
Pat Beverly, man.
Yeah,
He always talks just a little too soon.
he's a good player, but he's that kind of player.
Exactly.
He's the kind of player who's not good enough to build around. So if you can improve, you include him in a deal.
He's always a little too early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's Pat Beverly.
But you know
for you,
what? No risk of pregnancy because that dude will pull out.
though. Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
heartbeat.
Yeah. Don't fucking.
Yeah.
Don't.
No little
You
bevs.
gotta respect. Exactly. You gotta respect his pull-out game better than anybody else.
I guess if you're Minnesota, the way you got to be seeing it is it's hard to get players to come to Minnesota. So this is a way you get at least an all-star caliber player to join your team. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. I have zero understanding of basketball trades.
Well, you need to match money for money. That's why it's a whole lot of players.
Yeah, I
And
understand
they didn't
that.
want to throw in a big piece. So they
Pat
didn't.
Beverly's the big piece.
But like Jared Vanderbilt, also very good defensive player.
Well,
So
you know these.
you take a hit on defense to gain Rudy Gobert on defense. Also, Pat Bev is a good defender.
Since I met you, I realized I know absolutely nothing about basketball.
Yeah, I mean it's an alternate interest like hockey for me, right? Like,
Yeah.
I love the game. I enjoy watching it,
Yeah.
but I don't understand the inner workings.
No, but you've admitted this for a long time. I recently discovered
Yeah.
how little I know about basketball because I also feel like there's not much to know about basketball. I felt this way, so I'm always like, I can take a year off the NBA and still be able to keep a conversation.
apparently not.
No, I
No, you
can.
can't keep a conversation.
I can, but like if you're talking about like depth players, like anything, I can name you probably 2 players per team
Yeah, that's fine.
at best.
That's most. That's
Right, and even at that, I don't think I can.
that's basic fandom.
I'm gonna
that's
be able
fine.
to name you every player on every. Actually, I can.
Yeah, I'm sure you can. But the other thing
We
is
should
like
do that actually.
the other
We have
thing with
time.
this is that basketball defense, it's tough to know who's good, who's not. You know what I mean? Like when people are telling me Marcus Smart's a defensive player of the year, I'm like, he's the 3rd best defender on his team.
Yeah.
Like it's not that he's bad,
Yeah.
It's just that, Robert Williams got hurt. And it was going to be his trophy. And then, like, there's a lot of other teams whose number one is a touch better than he is, So, Rudy Goebert is one of those guys where the stats on defense look good, but it's not the whole picture. His style of play is just outdated,
It is.
Now, the other thing is I think Utah, this signifies that Donovan Mitchell's out the door. And
Where's
I
he
think
gonna go?
there's a
Brooklyn?
dude named Wembanyama who's going to be the number one pick this year.
Oh, I know that.
He's like 19 and 7'3". He's got a 7'9" wingspan, and like.
Where's he from?
Where
does he play?
France.
But he plays here, or
He
he
played
plays
in
in
France, I
Okay.
believe. But he so like he moves better than Rudy Goebert, but has the same wingspan as Rudy Goebert. So you're gonna see like the Spurs basically are tanking with the trade of DeJounte Murray. Utah are now starting their tank.
He's their new David Robinson.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan?
Wait, Tim Duncan is the comparison. Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the NBA comp. So, but Tim Duncan at 7'3". Yeah, it's impressive. So hopefully
Tim Duncan
know,
at 7'3", man, that's scary.
we're gonna be hearing it. It's like Zion. We're gonna be hearing about him like throughout the year until the
Yeah.
draft, basically. So we'll talk about him as the season moves on. The Nets. Kevin Durant's asked for a trade that happened
Joke.
last week when we were off, unfortunately. But there's some offers. There's a rule I'm going to explain to you, Terry, and I'm
Yes.
pretty sure most of our audience doesn't know it. The problem with, for example, the Heat's offer is that it includes, it would have to include Bam Adebayo, which they don't want to include, because they literally can't trade for, what's his name? For Kevin Durant, because that's essentially what it would take to make the salary work.
Okay.
And he's a rookie extended player.
Okay.
And so
What does rookie extended player mean?
it's a player who extended his rookie contract.
Oh.
So
Who-
you can only
who would
have
do-
two of those on your roster.
Does it happen often?
Yeah, every team has one.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So like so there's a lot of teams that for example, the Celtics Brooklyn has Ben Simmons.
Okay.
So because they traded for him, they can't also trade for Bam Adebayo because then they would have traded for two. You're allowed to have two on your team, but you can only trade for one.
Oh. But what's the benefit of doing this as a player?
Well, as a player, you get your money up front a year early.
Sorry.
You get an extension of 5 years at the Supermax a year before you would get it.
Oh, okay. Rookie, but it sounds like it's a word bad terminology.
But you get like $40 million a year.
Rookie extension means like
You extend it
you
from your rookie deal. So the rookie deal is at whatever salary, but then when they extend you, it's at Supermax.
Oh, okay. I get it.
And so you're only allowed.
So weird.
Yeah, they have a
Too
very
weird.
complicated CBA.
Too weird.
Yeah.
Just like it's
So
very,
the problem
you
is
can
like
make this very simple. 1 + 1
The
equals 3.
The only way
That's it.
Brooklyn will do this is if they get Bam Adebayo, and the only way that trade works is if they also trade Ben Simmons with KD to the Heat, who I think actually fit the Heat's sort of personality as a
No.
defensive team.
Imagine Simmons and Butler.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna eat his face off. That's a good point because we
Butler-
already saw that happen.
Yeah,
we already saw that happen.
Butler will annihilate that guy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's not happening.
that's not happening. No, my
Unless
mistake.
Butler is the piece and they swap.
No,
Simmons.
it's not
I don't
happening.
think they would do that.
I don't think so. Well, it's also like for Brooklyn, they're not going to trade for a 37-year-old player. Right?
Yeah,
like
that's it.
The Celtics have a similar issue when it comes to cap stuff, but they could put together some interesting offers. Yet, the two most interesting offers for me, Terry, are weirdly enough the Toronto Raptors, who Vegas has as the second favorite to acquire Kevin Durant. And,
But they're not diverse enough.
well, they actually have, because they have the
according
picks.
to Chris Broussard.
I mean, he's wrong. So, because they have Scotty Barnes, who's projecting to be an all-star, and you get Siakam, who's already an all-star.
Yeah.
Probably throw in Van Fleet, and
They would throw in Van Fleet.
probably, yeah.
And throw in the guy that
He's Pat Bev. He's that level. of
No,
player.
he's not.
He's
better than Pat
he's
Bev.
better offensively, worse defensively.
Okay, yeah, he's worse defensively.
So that's what I'm saying. Like he's kind of a mid-tier player who's good. He's not a bad player at all. He's a very nice player to have.
Yeah, he's a good player.
But
Big fan.
you know,
What they just do with Pascal?
he's gone. They've been looking to move him for years.
Where is he?
He's on the Raptors.
Okay, but he's gone where, you said?
I think that the package they're putting together is Scotty Barnes and Pascal Siakam.
No.
Yes, for KD.
No.
For what, the second best player in the NBA, the best player in the NBA? Yes.
No.
Instantly. If you're the Raptors, it's the only
No.
way you can win championships.
No.
What do you mean no?
No.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not.
You get because again,
No.
Durant's. It's not like it's not like Kawhi where it's a 1-year deal. You get 3 years of Kevin Durant.
We don't know that. He asked for a trade every fucking 6 minutes, this guy.
He hasn't.
But he
It's
asked
the
for
first
a trade.
time he's asked for a trade.
Well, he leaves places.
Yeah, when his contract's done. It's 3 years.
No, Seattle.
Seattle moved to Oklahoma City.
I'm an idiot. Completely forgot about it. I'm like, yeah, Seattle's still a team. The Supersonics. Sean Kemp still plays for them, right?
Yes, he's awesome.
There's
He's
Gary
awesome.
Payton, right? They're playing together.
Well, Junior.
Junior.
That made me feel old as shit, by the way. That he's 27 years old also.
Also, Scottie Pippen's kid playing.
Yep.
Old. What the fuck is going on, man?
We're
Shaq's
old.
kid.
Shaq's kid. He won't make the team, though.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He has a heart condition. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't even know that.
That just uninsurable in the NBA, I don't think. Anyway.
Sure.
And the other team, the team actually that makes the most sense in terms of assets, the Warriors can trade Kuminga and Wiseman and a handful of their and Wiggins would have to be the other piece. And because Wiggins signed in free agency, he didn't sign the rookie extension. It's this weird thing where he signed like a day later.
Yeah.
So therefore, they're allowed to trade for Wiggins. So they would get those 3 pieces plus 3 or 4 first-round picks. But it'd be funny to see him traded back to the Warriors.
Imagine he plays for the Warriors. That'd be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay, so I saw a clip from PMT, and they said they had a list of. They said that there's a bunch of duos that played more games together than Kyrie and KD,
including Hakeem Olajuwon and Vince Carter.
So I googled it and I was tweeting before I was waiting for you guys. LeBron James and Shaquille O'Neal have played more games together.
That's true. He played for the Cavs, yeah.
Yeah, Cavs. Then Kyrie and KD.
Mm-hmm.
Dirk Nowitzki and Rajon Rondo have played more games together than Kyrie and KD. Kobe Bryant and Steve Nash have played more games together than Kyrie and KD.
That was a disaster too.
Hakeem Olajuwon and Vince Carter have played. That's the crazy one
That's
for
my
me
favorite
because
one.
I completely forgot Hakeem Olajuwon played for the Raptors. Yeah. Rasheed Wallace and Allen Iverson.
Wow.
Yeah.
I forgot that happened.
Carmelo Anthony and Allen Iverson.
I forgot that happened.
Kemba Walker and Paul Pierce.
The age disparity of that was
No,
funny.
sorry. John Wall and Paul Pierce.
That's slightly more sense.
Yeah, John Wall and Paul Pierce, and when Paul Pierce played for Washington,
Yeah.
and then it was Kemba Walker. I'm forgetting that one. But that one was pretty fucked up too.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, I
That's
actually
pretty
have it on
funny.
my Twitter. Go for it.
Oh. And so the other part of this, of course, is Kyrie. The latest report, I don't know why why
Sorry, Tony Parker and Kemba Walker played together for.
I didn't remember
when
that at
he,
all.
when he played for Charlotte for like 6
I
seconds.
forgot that completely.
exactly.
Well, 6 more seconds than KD and
Exactly.
Kyrie.
That's fucked up, though. And then we're talking about Kyrie and KD as this duo.
So I read this report and I laughed at it at first. They talked about Kyrie going to the Lakers, but the only way that trade works is if it's for Westbrook
Yeah.
or Anthony Davis, which won't happen, or LeBron, which won't happen.
No.
So it has to be Westbrook.
Imagine LeBron for KD. That'd be pretty crazy.
But it won't happen. Like it's not.
Either player should never let that happen, no matter what.
It won't. Like they
no
won't.
matter what the offer is, you can't, because then you're automatically going to be like.
I'd kind of love
who
to see.
won the trade?
I'd kind of love to see LeBron and KD play together. Don't get me wrong, because it's
Wouldn't be even
the
fair.
two best players of our gen. Well, the age kind of makes it fair. Like
I guess, yeah, they are older.
they're not a bit older, so it's
yeah, Achilles injury is tough to come back from. We
and
saw Kobe.
LeBron's
like,
starting to wear
yeah.
down too. You
Yeah,
know?
that's it. And yeah, exactly.
But the thing is that if Kyrie goes there, that helps the team. That helps with what they don't have is like perimeter shooting
yeah,
and Kyrie, for all the craziness, is a fantastic player.
of course, yeah.
And
I
the
don't think
thing is
anybody's ever
though,
doubt- that's why it's so frustrating.
but so at first I was like, well, why would they do that?
Yeah,
And then I started doing some reading, and apparently, the Nets are willing to waive him if they can't get a deal. They're just done. They're just done. Which you can't waive him. You can get something back. You can get
Kyrie.
Westbrook back at that point.
yeah, exactly. At least get something.
So like
You can
it's
flip
literally,
Westbrook
hey,
on a
you
bottom
take
team.
my problem, I take your problem, and let's switch some picks.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Fuck, man, what a shit show the NBA is.
Yeah.
But you know what? I like how the players control it. They
Yeah.
they kind of control
They're
their
in
own
control
destiny
of
to
their
a
own
certain
destiny,
extent. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's good for them.
So on my way here, what you alluded to before, so story broke that the Alouettes fired Khari Jones and their DC Barron Miles. Danny Machocha will fill in head coach, former
I think
Cavaliers head coach. Not Champlain. UDM. Carabin,
I
that's
think
it.
he's the GM of the Alouettes now.
He was, yeah.
I think he still is.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
he
he's doing
took
both
back
jobs.
the job. Yeah.
So is it like just for the time being, you think?
Yeah,
Or-
he's an interim. Yeah, and they brought back Noel Thorpe,
That's
who
it.
was the defensive coordinator, which is actually funny. The reason why I want to talk about it is because I asked Marco who his favorite coach of all time was, and he said Noel Thorpe. And we asked John Bowman. I don't know if you remember this
Yep.
when he announced his retirement on Hot Sauce Sports,
Of course I remember that.
which I maybe should bring back up to a certain extent. I'll see if I can find that clip. John Bowman said that the coach he hated the most was Thorpe.
But coaches are like that, right? Where like you just vibe with certain people and then
Yeah.
you don't with other people. Right? Like,
Exactly.
that's how it is.
Yeah.
You know.
But it's just funny. That, they're two very good friends and they both like opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Noel Thorpe is back as defensive coordinator. We'll see if it changes anything. They've had a lot of injuries. Like friend of the show, Chris Aki, hasn't played too much this year. They Will Stanback, a running back. He got banged up right away, so he hasn't been healthy either. They've had question marks at quarterback. They traded for Trevor Harris. He's looked okay. Jake Weineke has been injured. He's one of their better slot receivers too. So they just they haven't played well at all. But it's a long season in the CFL. It's weird to say, but they play 18 games and they can easily bounce back.
Is this more specifically because the way they've lost games and not necessarily the fact that they've lost games?
Yeah, the thing is that like last game they were up 13-11 going into the second half and they just got fucking shit pumped, man. And the second half they were throwing pick sixes. They had a fumble. Listen, not that Saskatchewan didn't play well. Of course they did, but I don't know. I think the Alouettes could have won that game. They look like Trevor Harris looked like the offense was rolling a bit, but they just can't score. They haven't been able to score because Stanback's been injured. They really focus on the running game. Like it's rare. It's less rare now. I find in the CFL. The CFL has oddly become like a running league.
You figure with all that space, you could run.
It's because and
Like with wider runs, like.
But also, it's harder for the offensive linemen to be able to get separations in the holes because you're playing a yard off.
Yeah.
In the NFL and in most leagues, you're playing
Just
right
lean
on the
forward,
line.
Yeah.
So you just go and you're able to
Yeah, but
create
you can do
create the
like-
gap pretty quickly.
Like in terms of like draw plays and counters and off tackle.
Yeah, that's why
runs
you
and-
rarely see a fullback in the CFL. You'll always see just a running back, and it's usually a draw or just like a
pulling
toss.
runs and
Yeah,
stuff like that,
exactly. Yeah, you have stunts and stuff like that. So, anyway, I've been watching this year, and I'm super pumped, and hopefully we get Gary Stern on, the owner of the Alouettes. I spoke to him on Twitter.
That'd be
Went
awesome.
back and forth, and hopefully we can get him on. I'm right now he's left me on red, so I'm gonna give him a week, Gary.
And then you send him a dick pic.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he'd like that though.
Well, maybe that's what he's waiting for.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all. That's the last step. That's the last step.
But he's all over Twitter. It's hilarious. I love it.
Yeah.
Grammar's awful.
It's cool. It's cool to see this this era of ownership where owners are actually willing to talk and
But he's
on
like,
social media.
and I think he'll own up to this too. He's like your dad is tweeting.
Yeah.
Like, there's no capitals. He's just going at it with his phone.
Oh, my dad would,
on his laptop.
My dad
actually,
would
probably.
think he was texting me, and
Yeah,
by
exactly.
mistake, and just write his text on Twitter,
But
like,
he
"Hey,
leaves
I brought over
spaces.
some eggs."
He leaves spaces in the weird places. Like he puts a space, comma, then space, and then continues the word. And he does the same thing with periods. There's no capitals anywhere.
How many spaces do you put after a period?
One.
I see. I learned back when I started school that we had to take typing courses, and you had to do 2 spaces after a period.
Oh, really?
And so I still do 2 spaces after a period.
But on the iPhone, if you double tap space,
Yeah.
it gives you a space. So you triple tap,
No, double tap.
but that gives you one space.
Yeah.
So then you add a space.
No.
Oh, okay.
But if I'm writing a document, it's double space. You'll
okay.
notice that now
I get you.
when I send you stuff.
I get you.
The other story, little less lighthearted, unfortunately, but I actually read about this this morning in New York Times, where Britney Griner, of course, the statement was put out from her on Independence Day, asking for help from the U.S. Her coach's comment was that if this was LeBron James, she'd be home already. I think it's more complicated than that for sure, but like the fact that she's there is because of the WNBA in the first place, like we've talked about. But essentially, what the New York Times is reporting is Russia is demanding a release of a man named Victor Bout, B-O-U-T, and the name caught me by surprise because I had heard about him a while ago, Have you ever seen the Nicolas Cage movie? This is why I know about him, because of my love for Nicolas Cage.
Because of your extensive knowledge of
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage films.
Absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
he is the greatest thespian of in all American history. So.
When the first time I heard the word thespian, I thought it was like a pedophile thing.
No, he's not.
I know.
It's just a really great actor.
But the word, I'm saying thespian. It doesn't sound. It's not a nice word.
What's the word you prefer to describe a great actor?
Actor.
No, it needs to be a word that's not actor. It needs to be like higher, like haut de gamme. You know, like.
Old gam.
Okay, he's the haut de gamme of all haut de gamme.
Thespian is weird.
Yeah,
No?
I guess so.
Am I the only one here?
I don't know. It's what the word means.
Should I tweet this? I feel like I should
Yes.
tweet this.
Put it a poll. Thespian, weird word. Yes or no?
Or nah? Go for it.
So in the movie Lord of War, it's about a arms dealer who's essentially a traitor to the United States who eventually gets caught, and that's the story of Victor Boot, who was responsible to selling a whole lot of weapons to a lot of different countries, while in the U.S. and has been in prison in the U.S. basically forever and is expected to be there for the rest of his life. And so they're they're saying that in order for them to free a WNBA player, the United States needs to free the single greatest arms dealer in human history. That's the fair trade. So perhaps they should talk to the Utah Jazz
we're not
to
living.
find out how they got all that from Minnesota. Like maybe they saw that.
Russia is
they're
Utah.
You're like, whoa, a second. Minnesota gave up what for Rudy Gobert? Yo, we want Victor Boot.
We want Boot guy.
Get him out.
Hey, Bootsy, we're getting you out, bud.
Boot camp. Let's go.
Jesus Christ, man! Like the part that scares me about this is like they're acting like we're living in a Liam Neeson movie.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or Nicolas, exactly.
Or Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah. There is the one. It exists.
What's it called again?
Lord of War.
Oh, I've seen it.
Excellent movie. Excellent
Seen
movie. But
It's the one where he's from Odessa.
Yeah. Well,
Ukraine.
that's the guy.
I know. Oh, it's the same guy.
He's playing that guy.
Oh, I thought
That movie's about Victor Boot.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
Is his name Victor Boot in the movie?
No,
What
I
is
think
it
they
like?
changed it for
Is
the
it
movie.
John Smith?
No, it's something vaguely Russian as well.
Mikhail.
Yeah.
I'm
it-
making it up. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm guessing as
Fucking
well.
Eagle, man.
I'm just trying to be a good teammate, Eagle.
Fucking Eagle.
It was
But yeah,
close,
so-
though. You believe me.
So
I did.
I
For a
don't
split second.
I don't know what to make of the situation because you can't do nothing. They're detaining a citizen for basically no reason that they may have planted evidence on, and even the thing they're detaining her for is nonsense.
Yeah, but if you're the U.S., what do you do? Russia has the power in the situation because they
Yeah.
have the resource you want and they have the ability to ask
But that's
for
my question.
whatever
Supply
they
and
want.
demand, bro.
That's my question though. What do you do? Because you can't do nothing.
You
I
can't
mean,
do
you can do nothing.
that. Honestly,
Would you be okay with that?
As a government, unfortunately, probably. Yeah.
And
You
as
would- you would-
as
as
a
a government-
relative of Brittany Griner?
You would be
No, it's absolutely awful. But I mean,
Oh,
what
you're
I-
saying you don't do it
if you're the U.S. government?
No, you don't do this. You don't free Victor Boot.
because the person is not being mistreated. They're being fed. Like
for now.
but
For
like-
now, because
no,
she has value. If she doesn't have value, how long do you think she lasts in Russia?
No, but I mean, I feel like Russian prisoners like, usually they come out, they look decent. Like they're not like
But she's
The-
completely at the whim of a country that is
Russia's just gonna hold on to her until, and they're gonna keep
while
her
she,
clean.
while she
But-
has value.
I think
But also the U.S. will say you got to keep her. Sorry, you got to keep her clean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just don't think she's high profile enough to justify the trade cost, right? Because would
was
you
LeBron
really
James, would
want
you do
an
it?
arms dealer, one of the greatest ones of all time, to be returned back to the country of which they want an arms dealer to run their artillery, essentially, right? Sorry, Britney, WNBA player, of which most people wouldn't even know who she was if she wasn't.
Well, no,
captured.
she's excellent. Like she's
I'm not
she's
disagreeing.
one of the
I'm just
best
saying,
players in the league. Like,
go
I-
into
I-
any
maybe
strip
I
mall
heard her-
and
I
ask
heard her
people
name
who is
once.
Britney Griner and see if they know.
but I think that's more of a societal issue than her own cachet, right? Like the WNBA is starting to catch now, but
Yeah, but that's
it's not the
also
players' fault that
That's also not what we're arguing
Yeah.
here. I think we're arguing life for
It's-
life.
I just
and
think it's
how
a
do
basketball player
Life,
versus
life
arms
for life,
dealer.
absolutely. But the U.S. isn't doing life for life. They're
They're
doing
not.
acid for acid, and
Yeah.
Britney Griner has zero value as far as they're concerned.
Well,
the
not-
only
not
value she
zero.
has is she's a U.S. citizen. That's the only value.
And she's a public figure, and it would go a long way. There's
'Cause, like, if
all
Terry-
those aspects. Of
If
it.
But if
Terry
they
and I go
don't-
to Moscow, we're not getting detained.
But I
Yeah.
think my point is, if
Exactly.
they don't, even if they don't do anything, does anybody really care?
Yes.
She'll be forgotten about in a
I
couple
don't
years.
think so.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I don't think so because
But I forget about Ed Snowden. Like, fuck. You know?
but that's the thing is at some point don't you become a martyr if like they still talk about Pat Tillman,
yeah.
you know what I mean, and he was killed by his own government.
Yeah.
So
friendly fire.
yeah, that they lied about though.
Really?
For the recruitment videos. It's the whole thing about his family. Super interesting. You should look into
What?
it. They used the death of Pat Tillman to recruit while not releasing information that it was friendly fire that killed him.
Oh yes, I knew that. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that was obvious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
When I found out it was friendly fire, I'm like, oh.
yeah.
'Cause
that's
you
what-
know right away if it's friendly fire or not, right?
Yeah, well, because how do you not know?
Yeah.
It was my gun. My bad.
Sorry, buddy.
But yeah, I think at this point, Eel, if anything, this all added to her profile and makes her a more public figure. That's why at first they didn't want to talk about it in the U.S., right? Because they don't want to add value to the Russian captor, and of course because they control our social media, it didn't work anyway.
There's been a lot of Russian bots that are following Hot Sauce Sports. I just want to say all
Thank
you
you.
bots out
Thank you
there.
for
Thank
patronage.
you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, comrade.
I got a couple to my Twitter account as well. Thank
Yeah.
you, sir.
If you have any vodka suggestions or
Yeah.
potatoes, let us know.
Yeah, just ship them over. Send them through 3D print. Or whatever
Also,
you want.
Terry needs chess lessons because he's.
I
really
do
bad.
need chess lessons, and I know you Russians are pretty good at that shit. So I'd be down.
Bots and chess.
Bots and chess.
A Terry Time story.
Peas, you know how to make beet soup?
Uh,
Borscht?
You go
Borscht.
with beets, bears, and Battlestar Galactica.
Sounds like a recipe to me.
Let's get to
bears.
rapid fire.
Battlestar.
All right, we got 6 of them for today. First one we're going to start with. Let's get nuts. During the Independence Day annual Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest competition, Joey Chestnut would not be interfered with, although he was doing this in a, did he break his leg or something? Tore his MCL
He had a
something?
torn hamstring. That's a true hero, man. He really fought through his injury to compete this year.
And then he did
How did he do it? How did he tear his hamstring?
Practicing, working hard.
walking. Oh. Fucking
If
his
you
wife.
have that much sodium, it's pretty easy to tear your hamstring. I would imagine it's pretty tight.
No, but I don't think that's the thing people don't understand. He's not eating hot dogs all year long.
Disagree.
He's like training himself.
If my
How
job-
is he training himself?
No, you can't eat hot dogs as like your like to train your stomach. They have oils, like they do workouts and stuff. They drink a lot of water to expand their stomach. He's probably the most hydrated guy in the world.
his hamstring says otherwise.
It's a very good point.
So remember, he's under duress, under the stress of eating these hot dogs, and this happens.
I could never catch what it said.
It said Smithfield Death Star.
Expose
Expose
Smithfield's
Smithfield
Death Star.
And did
Something
we
like
look
that.
into this?
Yeah, it's a like a hot dog processing plant or food processing plant.
Oh.
It's just a.
Oh, so that's where
Animal rights.
Frank's gets their hot dogs from, probably.
I would imagine so. It's basically an animal rights protester. At least he didn't glue himself to the floor. So there's that.
Glue themselves.
Yeah.
The idiot that thought that would work.
Well, to me, what was messed up is the rest of the game. You saw a handprint in the
Yeah.
paint.
But also, like, the security is just going to rip you from that. Like,
Yeah.
the only person stopping you is you
Yeah.
from ripping your hand off the floor, you fucking morons. These people, if you're going to protest properly.
Use a stapler.
Don't go next to Joey Chestnut when he's jacked up off hormones, swallowing fucking hot dogs.
Yeah, you don't give it to a man and his dog.
No. You see
Never.
what he did with the
Never.
torn hamstring? You see the form on that rear naked choke?
Yeah.
Just launched him across the room?
And Joey Chestnut, I've heard him in interviews. He seems delightful. So I just think when he's in like
Yeah.
go mode, he's a beast.
Get out of there, Darth loser. This is one
Yeah.
of the best athletes of all time.
Seriously.
I bet you, listen. if-
Hot dogs don't lie.
I mean, I don't think we'd be having this conversation if he was taken by Russia.
No, but-
America would have given everything
Joey
for
Chestnut,
Joey
no.
Chestnut. Yeah.
Listen.
He's the most American
Yeah.
thing.
Can't be done.
There's
There's no
no
Independence Day without Joey Chestnut.
exactly right now.
Yeah.
Forget it.
He's as important as Bill Paxton's speech in the movie
Exactly.
Independence Day.
That's a fucking very good point. It's a very
Welcome to Earth.
He's as important as Isaiah McLaughlin voiceover on a awful charity in
Yeah.
Africa.
All right. Next one on our list, Lock and Key. Seahawks quarterback Drew Lock caught a stray from the U.S. Open this week, and he responded in kind, saying, "Happy 4th to all, but especially to the intern at the U.S. Open.
I don't understand.
Love
the
you,
joke.
12s."
So some Seahawks fan posted on the U.S. Open's Twitter, like as a reply, not even a sport. And then the U.S. Open responded, not even a
Drew
sport
Lock
from the guy who has to watch Drew Lock for 17 games this season.
Yeah.
And so Drew Lock responded, to the intern who clearly wrote that, because it's obviously an intern, happy Independence Day.
I was going to try and find it, but there's actually stuff going on in the U.S. Open, so it's impossible to find at this point because it was so long ago. But it was a good burn.
Yeah,
I couldn't find like a tweet that had both of them.
Yeah.
I forgot about that response from the U.S. Open. I had seen it on Twitter.
It's just like, so imagine you're Drew Lock, you wake up like, oh, today's going to be awesome. I have family coming over. I got, whatever hot dogs I managed to wrestle away from Joey Chestnut. I got a brisket on the smoker. That's going to be a great day. Hey, where are all these notifications? I haven't seen this amount of notifications since I had that one good game or since I played at Mizzou. Opens his phone like, the fuck? Who's this guy? Why? What did I do? I wanted to drink beers and have fun with my family. Why is this happening to me?
Joey Chestnut. He's the pride of the nation.
Next, table ride. The Savannah Bananas, a cricket team, keep finding ways
They're not a cricket team.
They're not?
They are a minor league baseball team.
I was going to say Savannah Bananas.
I thought they were a cricket team.
Nope.
That's a great name, though, by the way.
Savannah
It's a great.
Bananas.
By the way, you're talking about going to Georgia? Go catch a Bananas game, man, if you can.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Savannah's
so
beautiful.
they did this celebration to keep their fans entertained.
There's been a
What
murder.
do we have going on down here? I think Jack is going to ride the wave up to bat. How about that? Good work from the guys. I think he's crossing the Delaware. Yeah. I think he's
impressive that he's actually standing.
I think he's George Washington crossing the Delaware.
And that table almost crashed several times.
Yeah, and he's really kept it up.
Yeah,
No, good for him.
that's a peak male athletic form right there.
Exactly.
Are they from like Buffalo or something? Like where did they get the table from?
Savannah,
Georgia.
I know, but where did they get the table from?
Oh, those tables are everywhere.
Staples.
First of all, if it was in Buffalo, the table would have been
broken.
I mean, it's already broken, kind of. You see it folding already.
It's clearly from Costco
because it's a folding table, right?
but it's folding the wrong way, unfortunately.
Fucking Eagle, man. Smartest guy.
I gotta say, I do respect the Savannah Bananas. Keep trying to find ways to keep people entertained because baseball's too serious, and it's just guys having fun at baseball because that's what's supposed to be.
When you're
It's a
at
game.
baseball, it's not serious.
No. But they're showing us that. They're showing us they're at baseball.
Baseball
it's
is
not that
great.
serious.
If you're in a dugout, it's the best.
I really hope they have a theme song based on the Bananas in Pajamas show. It'd be like Savannah's
In
Bananas
pajamas
are smashing home
Are
runs.
0-20.
Speaking of minor league baseball, I don't know if you saw this. Max Scherzer is getting credit for buying his because he did like a minor league start, so he paid for the pre and post game spread, which had included like filet mignon and lobster
Yeah,
and
fucking
ribeye
Scherzy.
steak.
Keep him there.
Cost
Keep
him
him.
$7,000, and I started to think,
Keep
wait
him
a second.
until October.
Here's what it actually is: that he didn't want to eat the garbage food they normally eat.
Exactly.
And then I did the
That's
calculation.
the only thing.
Let's say like between like for someone to be worth $1 million today, if you include their assets like their home and all that,
Yeah.
it's not impossible, right? Like most, I would imagine not most, but let's say like a good portion of people are worth $1 million, right?
Sure.
Given the Scherzer's last contract,
If you have a property, chances.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
if you include your assets, so given Scherzer's last contract, him spending $7,000 is the equivalent to someone with $1 million in assets spending $35. $35. That's what the $7,000 hit was to him. I feel like
It's like
he's getting a lot of credit for just one eating lobster.
These comparisons always fucking make me shit my pants because like the Oprah thing, she makes $17,000 a second or something like that. Like, go fuck yourself.
Do you need that much money? Like, what are you gonna do with that much
Like,
money?
I can give you guys $35 right now.
Yeah.
I'm not buying you guys a $7,000 spread.
But no, it would be a $35 spread from you.
Exactly. So what are you getting?
With $35,
The only thing I can think
donuts,
of
lots of donuts.
is the scene from The Office when Andy Bernard is describing like the cheddar cheese,
oh yeah.
and he's like,
We have a fine American. cheese.
exactly. This is from Pennsylvania. Another one from Wisconsin. Every cheese is from Wisconsin. No, American. Anthony Bourdain's favorite cheese. American.
By the way, the Savannah Bananas are actually 22-9 this season.
Hey, good for them.
Thank
You
God.
know, we're fans.
We're 22-9.
Gonna buy a jersey.
Yeah, I'm down to do that.
Savannah Bananas
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
All right, next, Chomp Chomp. The San Jose Sharks have hired Mike Griner, the NHL's first black GM, after years, can I say decades, of always choking in the playoffs, never having a good team. Have the Sharks actually ever won anything? No way.
They've made it to the Stanley Cup final.
They've made it to
once in the last 20 years?
Twice since they've started, which was 92, I think.
Yeah.
I want to say 92, 93. The thing is,
I mean,
Mo
the
tweeted-
Canadians have won one in that time. So
Mo tweeted that this guy's father was the GM for the Pats and his brother was a GM for
he's the GM
Dolphins.
for the Dolphins right now. Yeah, Chris
He is
Greer.
the GM for the Dolphins? I had no idea.
Yeah.
Also,
He's actually. I like Chris Greer. He's a really good general.
yeah.
As a Dolphins fan, it's the first time I've been happy with the Dolphins general manager.
Yeah,
ever.
he's good. He's good. I had no idea they're related because obviously football and hockey, it's not that far off. Like Ryan Reeves plays for the Rangers. Jordan Reeves, his brother, plays for Saskatchewan.
Mhm.
Obviously Ryan Reeves played football growing up too, but he was better at hockey. Chris Getzlaff and Ryan Getzlaff. Chris Getzlaff played for Saskatchewan. Ryan Getzlaff played for the Ducks. So I guess it's like a brother thing.
Yeah. The Kostitsins both like cocaine.
The Watt brothers played hockey and football.
That's true. And they like talking about themselves.
They love talking
Yeah.
about themselves.
Do they have that in common? Yeah.
Yeah, they do have that in common.
So it does happen.
Yeah.
Brothers have things in common.
Weird.
Yeah. Right?
They also share blood.
Mm-hmm.
They have
But
the
like,
same
when you say
cousins.
share, you mean like they exchange it and everything?
The Watt
Like-
brothers definitely swap blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
there's definitely some cultish shit
they're,
going on
they're
in that
keeping
family.
JJ Young by giving him TJ's blood.
Exactly.
But
pretty
isn't the
sure.
whole idea of having a blood boy to get fresh blood and not exchanging it with
No,
someone
because
else?
they think so highly of themselves,
Yeah.
as P's alluded to them earlier, that they talk about themselves all the time. Even the brother, Derek Watt, the one that sucked. Well, sucked.
I mean, he's an
in the
NFL fullback.
Yeah, he's a fullback. Even him.
He's the only guy playing that position in the NFL.
He actually talks about himself like, yeah, I'm better than like Lorenzo Neal and all these guys.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
Well,
you know.
because to be fair, what they're doing is they're trying to keep that bloodline pure. And that's creepy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's
Sex tape the Watt brothers.
what is incest if
Holy
it's just in
fuck.
the bloodstream?
I guarantee
Bloodcest.
if there is a Watt brothers sex tape, I guarantee you that JJ's the bottom.
Yeah,
I think
and
TJ and Derek are.
the scene starts.
Why are we talking about
The
this?
scene
It's fucking
starts with
weird.
JJ Watt wearing an American flag boxers.
American flag boxers.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He's that kind of dude.
By the way, if you guys didn't notice already, we should probably like, subscribe, follow Hot Sauce Sports on Instagram. It's great.
It is
Definitely check us out.
Mike Greer had a super awkward video. Sorry, you go.
No, that was it. And also, since you're talking about pure bloods and
Yeah.
brothers and everything, I saw this meme earlier today. I thought it was hilarious.
So for those
That's
for
so
those
fucking-
for the listening audience,
Wait, I gotta say a story. Okay, there's a guy I met. He was part of the team, or like one of, that invented the term "step" in porn. He's my age.
he meant the word step.
Yeah, like he added. He's like, dude, and this is a fucking hand to God. This is a story. He said, dude, they have nobody watches incest porn, but it's the people have mommy issues. If you add a step in there, stepmom, I'm sure people would buy it. And they switched it
Still gross.
because of this guy.
Yeah. The
Same high school.
as who? We went to different high schools.
I'm trying to remember what high school you went
Vincent
to.
Massey.
That's the high school.
Oh, of course.
Where did you go, Ease?
Laurie McDonald.
Oh,
Mac.
yes. It's true.
The rest
So
of the mignons.
Yeah. I forgot.
why would you tell the story before I explain what the meme is? Because the listening audience has no idea why you're mentioning Step Brothers.
Yeah, they showed it.
The listening audience on Spotify. It's also an audio video.
Oh my! For real?
Yes.
No, but Eagle didn't say it.
No, he just pointed at the screen.
He said before internet and after internet.
So stepsisters
Or did
before
we
the
just-
internet and stepsisters after the internet.
Oh.
The before are two ugly stepsisters and afterwards are
Cinderella.
hot porn stars.
From Cinderella, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's pretty funny.
So yeah, that's me explaining your joke because you didn't let me set you up.
I love how we got to internet
Clear it
porn.
out. You're like,
talking
no, wait,
about-
wait. Sorry, Iggs.
I love how we got to internet porn after talking about Mike Greer getting hired as a GM.
Yeah, we took the off ramp.
Poor
big step for the black
Yeah,
community.
yeah, poor guy. Let us fuck it up.
MFG curse broken. Mitchell Robinson becomes the first Knicks rookie to sign a rookie extension since Charlie Ward. Pease, when did Charlie Ward sign his rookie extension?
2003?
So it's been 20
You're
years.
asking me?
I think it's about that.
I literally just told you I know nothing about fucking basketball contracts.
So, Eagle, can
I
you
had
look
no
at...
idea.
I also have no idea who these
So-
players are.
Wikipedia is blocked on this computer for reasons I'll explain off air. If you
Were
could look that
looking
up,
at too
I'd
much
appreciate it.
stepsister porn?
What about WikiLeaks?
No, I have this weird firewall set up because it used to be a work computer and it blocks random seconds like my bank, like Wealthsimple, and like Wikipedia. Nothing else, by the way. Just,
Important stuff.
sites I need to use constantly.
I guess ways to get hacked.
Yeah.
Those
I
are
guess.
ways to get hacked.
Are they? Wikipedia is a way to get hacked?
Yeah,
Really?
it's not a safe website.
I guess.
All
But
it
it tells me
because
it's
all
not
it is
safe.
is backlinks.
That's true. I guess so.
So yeah, you can easily get hacked on
Fine.
Wikipedia.
I'd rather be hacked and have Wikipedia than not be hacked and not have
Yeah,
Wikipedia.
you need Wikipedia.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
important.
I wanted to know how old Ben Askren was, so I just Googled his name, and on bottom right, Wikipedia, 37 years old.
So
Now I
Eagle,
know.
when was he drafted?
He was drafted I'm trying to find the exact thing here. Hold on. He was drafted in the 1994 draft. And he
Oh,
stayed
it's
with the
longer than
organization until 2004. So yes, it's been a very long time since they gave
So-
him an intro contract. for
So
sure.
yeah, he signed an extension in the mid '90s, Terry. So in the last 25 years, they've only extended one player they drafted into their second contract
Is that like?
because they keep missing on draft picks.
Can we consider the Knicks the worst drafting team in the history
They're
of
they're up
sports?
there. Oh, they're up there. They're atrocious. It's bad. Like Patrick Ewing, they got right.
Who did they extend?
Mitchell Robinson,
Oh, okay.
who
So
also
but they're also
maybe you
they're
don't
also
understand.
gonna extend what's his name? Both of the Duke guys.
well, yes.
They'll probably rookie extend them, right?
Yeah, RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish.
Cam
Yeah.
Reddish.
But they didn't draft Cam Reddish.
Okay, so
RJ Barrett does seem to be solid, though.
they're both good.
Yeah.
They're both good.
Yeah, they're both fine.
No, I'm just saying that they're gonna rookie extend them. I'm trying to understand this rookie extension. I
Yeah.
just found out about this.
Yeah.
This is news.
They can actually, because they extended Mitchell Robinson, they could only technically extend one of them. But what they can do is, like, tell Cam Reddish, like, just wait a day.
I love I take one step forward, two
Yeah.
steps backward when it comes to these.
Because you're only
fucking
allowed 2 rookie extensions.
only allowed 2 steps.
No,
in
it
this
is.
fucking-
The NBA is like the owners just cry. So it's like, he's not allowed to have 3. No, 2. And then it's like, you can't trade for 2. You can only trade for 1.
Fucking
Okay,
babies.
that's
Fucking
all
babies.
it is. It's the reason why the CBA is ridiculous.
And our last rapid fire for today, toppings and bottoms. The Cleveland Guardians are now selling novelty hot dogs that include mac and cheese, crispy onions, and Fruit Loops.
Can I see this?
Yes, you can.
Mac and cheese, crispy onions, and Fruit Loops. I don't hate it
I don't hate it either.
because I feel like something sweet on top of that, like something caramelized, would have been good anyway.
Yeah,
And Fruit Loops, I would just have a good crunch and just a sweetness to it. They don't have necessarily a taste.
I agree.
So I don't think it would be that bad. The only thing is the Fruit Loops and the bread, like dry. I'm not a big dry guy. I need a little
if
more.
you
You
just-
have the mac and cheese, though. You give it a
It's
little
true. You
bit
got
of
mac and
like
cheese in there.
Yeah, but the
but
thing
mac and
is,
cheese is also kind of dried. If it's like too saucy, then you're not going to want it. It'd be more like nachos cheese.
yeah, but the way the Fruit Loops are on top of everything, they're all dry. So you need to like have it incorporated.
Plus, you're going to take a
somehow.
bite and they're going to go flying everywhere, right?
Yeah, it kind of defeats the whole purpose. So I'm
The,
kind of like, I'll take. I would order one as a gimmick and then never order one again.
I've been following accounts that show novelty items at baseball games because I find them very inspiring. I've since discovered I can no longer eat regular French toast. All of my French toast needs to be cereal encrusted. The
Cereal encrusted.
Yeah, you
Okay,
sm-
so your batter is.
you batter you dip it in like your normal batter,
Yeah.
and then you dip it in like, for example, Fruit Loops or not Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles or smashed up
Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes
Frosted Flakes.
or smashed up
Wheaties.
what's the other one that we did?
Cinnamon toast crunch.
Cinnamon toast churros. Is
Cinnamon
what we
toast
did.
churros.
Smashed it up.
Wait, you're dipping your French toast in cinnamon toast.
Yeah,
So you do
double toast, bro.
So you do your egg and your a little bit of milk, right, to get the little
Yeah.
the yolk. You dip your bread
Egg,
in-
milk,
you dip
sugar,
the
and
toast.
nutmeg.
You put sugar in there.
Yes.
In
I
the
put
batter,
cin-
yeah.
I put cinnamon in there.
Put cinnamon and sugar.
I put cinnamon
Nutmeg,
in there. If
not cinnamon.
and I put cinnamon a
Cinnamon
little
to
bit
sprinkle afterwards.
on top. Yeah, exactly.
And a little bit of vanilla.
I'll try nutmeg. I never did. So
You can
then
put vanilla too, if you want.
yeah, a little bit of a. I do that. Then I have like a bowl of the cereal all crunched, and I just kind of lightly like tap it.
And then you fry it like that.
Fry it like a motherfucker.
And we did this we had a brunch with my my godkids came over, and basically they just ate all the bacon, and so it was just a bunch of grown-ups eating Fruity Pebble encrusted French toast, which was delicious. So I don't care. Those kids screwed up. They don't know what they're doing.
I feel like that hot dog would have been better like a poutine. Like I'm actually gonna try that.
You
Like,
cut that up.
They
throw
had
it onto
they had
poutine.
poutine at the Joey Chestnut thing, at the Joey Chestnut show.
Yeah, poutine. Well, it's growing in the States, but I hate the way they pronounce it. It bothers me.
Poutine.
It's bothering me so much.
But they
Like
they don't have the
but they're
sound.
making no. Just copy the word. Like when I say it the same way as me.
Yeah, but it's really poutine. It's not actually. They're
It's
actually
poutine.
saying poutine because that's how we speak. But
Yes.
it's actually poutine. Like
No, but
poutine.
it's our word. We created it.
It would be like them saying fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah.
kind of.
Fettuccine.
Oh, like this was one waitress told me, she's like arancinis instead of arancinis.
I worked with someone that instead
Figure
of
it out,
pasta
you know?
arrabbiata, she said arabacha.
I didn't even get that. I got them called deep fried rice balls.
My buddy
I was
calls
like,
it,
bruh, it's an arancini.
That was Winnipeg, right?
my buddy calls it focaccia bread
Focaccia.
instead of focaccia.
I love me a good focaccia.
Focaccia bread, yeah. Or jalapenos are another good one. That's like
Jalapenos are my favorite. That's the
mispronounced.
real word, though.
Yeah,
So,
it is. Yeah.
thank you, Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. Terry, man, thanks for all the work you did this week, man. It's been a fun show.
It has been.
Eagle, thanks for.
We have done more shows than KD and Khari have done.
they have played together. That's
Yeah,
true.
Absolutely.
We're better teammates.
Including Team USA shit, because guarantee we've done way more than that.
That's true.
So you and I are better teammates than
Been
KD
saying.
and Khari. Yeah.
Been saying. Eagle, thanks for all the work you've done. I want to thank everyone for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. If you haven't yet, please do. That's how we keep the lights on. But most of all, I want to thank you all for letting me be myself. You've been listening to Hot Sauce Sports.